Stop.
I want you and that young man to tie that knot. I'm gonna pray for you. And I want you to hold on to God's unchanging hand, because he helped Joshua fight the battle of Jericho. Yes.
It's the old
He helped Daniel get out the lion's den. He helped Gilligan get off the island.
Let me get straight to the business. Yeah. Got them lions in the building. Yeah. Why you lying to the children? Yeah. Why you lying to the children? Yeah. RIGHTEOUS. Man, you know I've been to bed. Man, they know no contest. Yahuwah, he do the best. We will not see you tomorrow. Cause you cannot go to thought. All the sons and all the daughters standing hard with big manotas. But my son, he made me Taurus. On that line, I'm still a Taurus. Karate kicking Chuck Norris, 4-5 on my waist. If he started, will not hesitate to get retarded. Oh lordy, he ain't got a PowerPoint, he farted. He running to the hills like a Philistine. G-Hawk hitting hamites with the guillotine. Situation turned up with the ratchet team. JJ 7000 to debate me. I know them haters gon' hate me, but he won't debate me. Pistol off safety. He respond, come wake me. If I don't get up, nigga shake me. If he don't show up, then he fake G. I touch down and make these nigga nuts hate me. Dear brother. Ballin' and crawling all the way from H-Time. Let me get straight to the business. Man, them lions in the building. Why you lying to them children? Why you lying to them children? You gon' cry, you gon' get it. Me, I'm like a frog, nigga, ribbit. Of course, it's in the spirit. I just got the Porsche, she can steer it. Mito Kato Raw, Shack and Willie. Lamborghini doors, you better not spill it. Mama's high, say I'm more than just a villain. Mama's cry, arms open wide for her children. Suicide, immortalized as the realest, yeah. Death by cop, black suicide. Let me get straight to the business. Got them lions in the building. Why you lying to them children? Yeah. Why you lying to them children? Yeah. RIGHTEOUS. Man, you know I be there. Yeah. Man, they know they no contest. Yeah. Yahuwah, he do the best. Wow, what's that? Why didn't they take it over? Number one debate league, you heard me? When it's up, it's stuck. I'm selling on everything, nigga. Metaphorically, of course.
Okay. Hello, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you very well.
Okay. So I want to first start by saying, thank you for even coming on and still going through with the interview.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all love. I do it for the people. Do it for the truth.
Okay. So I want to start by, I don't know if you just want to go into your story, but of course I want to introduce myself. I'm Cinderella. Um, you guys can follow me all platforms, Cinderella Ella Ella. Um, I don't know if you want to go into how me and you met, or you just want to go into telling your story, and what do you want to start at?
Well, really, pretty much. I mean, I'll let you lead the show. There was a lot of stuff that was said, and I'm gonna be honest. As a Christian woman, if someone was making accusations against a Christian brother or sister, I have questions because the truth of the matter is, it doesn't matter if they're Christian or not, or they hide behind that name. If they're doing wicked or they're going against the laws and commands of the Most High, they're in transgression. If they're in transgression, that makes them a liability. I don't want no parts of it. So I know there's questions on the Israelite side and the Hebrew side because of the videos that you might have seen, you all seen. So there's a lot of questions, and I'm willing to answer. And within the time, if I'm able to just get my story out from my perspective, I will do so according to the flow.
Okay, so let's first start by how we met. So then we can get into you telling your story, which is why you're here anyway. So I had seen I had was talking to another Hebrew about, men being disrespectful online and stuff to the women, and she informed me that she had recently saw a post where a woman was saying that her husband had been abusive towards her and even raped her, and the men were being, very mean. And so I was like, oh my God, I can't believe that. And then that's when you reached out and was like, yeah, this is real, this is for real. So that's when I kind of put you in a safe space. And then uh then this is so hilarious. This is not funny, but it's crazy. Then the husband decides to do an interview before you got a chance to do your interview. And he did some more stuff. We ain't even gonna get into that. I'm gonna let you we go say that later. So um can you let me know first and foremost, which is gonna be the main question to all this, is what made you go to Facebook and kind of say what was going on? Why did you go to the public?
Because when I met this individual, I was a loner. I had no support whatsoever. And I already had 3 kids already by a previous situation. So now that we have a child, it made it even more harder for me. So my children, my youngest, before the baby that I have now, he's of age to where he can somewhat do for himself. So having like the responsibility of a person that cannot do for themselves, it's like, man, I already had no support. So, and then going to this individual who is also responsible or supposed to be responsible, all walls was up. Defense, defense, defense. It was no way to get through. So I'm like, I gotta find somebody. We done tried to go to my people. We done reached out to my people. There was no respect given there. So I'm like, all right, let me go amongst people who are righteous, people who
Mm-hmm.
proclaim to have the law of the Most High. Let me go reach out to some of them. Maybe they got some righteousness for me and some truth, to stand against what's wrong, no matter who it is. So I went
Right.
to Facebook. I went to Facebook because all of my followers, all of my friends are Israelites. I have maybe 1, 2, or 3 Christians on my page.
Okay. And let's get that understood what's going on as well. So you are a Christian and your husband was a Hebrew.
At the time when I first met him, he was not confessing to be a Hebrew. When we
Okay.
got in a relationship later on down the line, I'm talking like over a year, then he brought up, things that he believes is the commandments, feast days, Sabbaths, and all of that stuff. But he
Okay.
brought it up after we were already going to church together. He had even gotten baptized in the water with me,
Mhm.
in the church. So we were already real heavy in Christianity before he decided to tell me that he was a Hebrew before he met me. I didn't know nothing of that.
So he was a Hebrew before he met you, and then he went back to being a Christian, and then back to being a Hebrew.
According to what he told me. So when I met him, we was doing Christian things together. We were going to church. He got baptized. He never mentioned Hebrew. Now, a year or some change after into our relationship, he started bringing up Hebrew things and Hebrew terminologies and Hebrew laws. So then I was like, okay, well, that's cool, but I'm still this way. And then he still was involved in Christianity things. Church every Sunday. We would go to church every Friday, Wednesday. We even got baptized. He even got baptized. So I'm like, I don't know where this Hebrew thing coming from. And then now it's a lot more stronger to where
Oh,
it's like, yeah, it's a lot more stronger in him.
Okay, because I want to get that understood. Because when everybody, whoever listening, whenever they listen, when they hear us talking about you being a Christian, which I don't have a problem with, that I didn't care which, if you was a Hebrew or a Christian, I didn't care what you was, to be honest. I just seen that you had a situation and I cared about what you was talking about. So let's start off because I don't know if you want to go into what he said because some of y'all might already know that he did an interview, and I know a lot of y'all have questions about, as far as is she gonna answer back to his questions, what he said in his interview. He said a lot, like he said a lot of things. So I just want to address a few of the things that he said in his interview. So first he said that, is this, am I correct about this, that you was married when he met you?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Can you
actually, I'm sorry. Separated. I'm sorry.
Okay. Can you tell us and explain to us, because the way he explained it, I don't want to, y'all got to go watch his interview. So I want you to explain your side. We're not going to, he had a chance to explain his side. They can go watch his interview.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So, I'm relocated out of New York because I'm from New York, and I relocated out of New York at the time to where this I'm gonna call him John Doe. The reason,
Okay.
the person that
Thank,
would have an interview about, I'm gonna refer to him as John Doe. So
thank
I
you.
relocated, and I end up running into John Doe. Make a long story short, and I was in a relationship previous to running into John Doe. I was in a marriage, but I was separated. So when I say separated, I mean celibate and everything for almost 2 years. So we were
Okay.
not, my previous situation, we were not even connected. He had wrote me a bill, what you would call a bill of divorce. We had been separated. There was no ties between the both of us. So then I have relocated off of that because I'm thinking, okay, I might as well just go through it because I was the one running from the divorce. So I'm like, I might as well just go through with it when I met this individual. So yes, there was I'm John Doe. So yes, there was a previous situation, and but that person, we didn't have no ties, we didn't have no connection. The marriage was pretty much over at that time.
Okay. Do you want to tell what happened with you and that other man? Because he tried to tell what happened with you and the other guy. So I want you to tell what happened with you and your first husband.
Okay. So my first husband was basically in the streets, involved in the streets, and I really didn't want that life as a Christian. So there was a lot of things that I would not submit to him about. Um, there was we just went separate ways. It was like a war, a sword in the home. He believed one thing, I believed another, and I wasn't gonna budge for his lifestyle because I believed that it brought great corruption at the time. Um, I wasn't wise enough to understand that he was acting out of hurt. I wasn't wise enough to understand that he didn't have a relationship with the Most High. And I wasn't even wise enough to perform the duties of a virtuous wife at that time because I really didn't know what it meant to be a wife. I wasn't raised to be a wife. Being honest, a lot of the women in my family, even in Christianity that I met, a lot of women are single. They don't want no man. They could do everything themselves. And this is how I was taught. I was taught that when a man make a mistake or he's weak, just leave him.
Leave.
So yeah,
Okay.
just leave. So my first situation, he has a lot of issues that contradicted the holy lifestyle that I wanted to live. When I say holy, I mean drugless, alcoholless, not gang banging, not street running. Just a real clean life, honest, pure life. And his lifestyle at the time contradicted that. So I left. I bounced.
Okay. I ain't mad at that. I probably would leave too. Because the Bible don't be unequally yoked with somebody anyway. Okay, so after you left the second husband and stuff, how did you even, I mean, the first husband, how did you meet the second husband?
Well, we was on
John
a social, like what I would call a social club. It's like a social club, something like what he did the other day, like a dating site or whatever the case may be.
Paul.
So we met on a dating site, and at the time, the crazy thing is, the gentleman was also married as well, that I didn't find out about until later on. So John Doe was also married at the time.
What's up with that, John? Okay, okay. I don't remember hearing him say that, but that's crazy. That's
Hmm.
crazy.
He
Okay,
was.
so, go ahead.
Nah, I said he was also married, and we was both. We got caught slipping. We got caught lacking and disobeying the laws of the Most High. We was both caught up in adultery. For me, he said it. For him, it was lust. For me, it was just being lonely. It wasn't lust. I wasn't interested in getting in nobody bed because, like I said, I had already been married, celibate. So I wasn't like trying to get no quick thrill or nothing. I was just lonely, wanting conversation. For him, he claims he saw my beauty and was like, you know what I'm saying, I'm about to pursue this. But we was both married and we was both wrong. That's where it starts.
Did you tell him you was married?
Yeah, my pops actually told him because the crazy thing is because my pops was throwing me out. And because my pops was throwing me out because of him, because I had went on a date with him, and my father was like, "Yo, you married? I can't have this in my house. You committing adultery? That's wrong." So my father checked it off jump because I wasn't an out there girl. Like I wasn't hitting the streets like that. So when I was skipping out, and that night I went on a date with John Doe, my father noticed it because he knows I'm in the house all the time. So when I went out and the way I was dressed, he was like, "Nah, something's wrong." And then the next day, John Doe pulled up to my dad's house, being a sweet guy, being appealing, roses and everything. So my dad was like, "Nah, this is grieving to me. I can't handle this. You gotta go. If you can't find a place, you gotta do something." So John Doe was like, "Yo, look, just come with me." You know what I'm saying? That's how we hit it off for real, for real.
Okay, so you was leaving your first husband. What was your whole perception of your first marriage, and then you was about to start dating? Like, what was you thinking about your first husband after you met John Doe?
I'm gonna be honest. At that time, I'm not going back to now. I'm only talking about that time. At that time, I wasn't ready to let go of my first
Mm.
husband. And I made that clear. My dad even told John Doe that I wasn't ready to let him go. I
Wow.
told John Doe. So at that time, it was a lot of emotions because my first husband, I met him when I was 16. We was together 19 years.
Hmm.
So I'm like, there was a lot of hurt from that situation. There was a lot of longing from that situation. So when I met John Doe, I wasn't looking for another mate, like I said. I was just looking for like a friend. It wasn't even supposed to get as far as it did. So, let me let you did that answer your question?
Yeah, it did. So I just want to know then, do you even feel like that was the right choice? Then what made you even file the papers?
So as me and John Doe got deeper into the relationship, um, it became very, very dangerous to where even my dad was like, "Yo, you gonna have to let your first situation go because this man is he got some stuff going on mentally, and I don't want to see you hurt." And the reason why I'm saying that is because John Doe would flip out. He'll have these episodes to where he'll get very violent. He'll
Oh,
get, yeah, very violent. Like I got like videos of his conversations and the way he speaks and his anger.
I
There
hope
was
you
like,
do.
I'm gonna give you like a few examples. I mean, I'm gonna walk through it. I remember one time I told John Doe, I was like, "Yo, I want to get out of adultery. I want to get out of sin." I was like, "Listen, I need to go back. I need to go back to my husband. I want to be righteous."
What?
And I said, "You gotta go." And I remember locking the hotel door because at that time I was in a hotel. And John Doe was kicking and banging the door. And I looked at my kids, and at the time they were so young, they was in the corner covering their ears. They was like, "No, please, please, please." And that was really traumatizing for them because he was kicking and banging and cursing. And I'm like, man, like Should I just, and at that time, mind you, look, keep this in mind. At that time, I was already in another state with no family. He already took me from my dad's house. So at this point, I'm 3 hours away from my dad and I have no support, not even a friend, not somebody I could call my neighbor, not somebody I could say, hey, could you come get the kids? Could you come help us? I had
Exactly.
nobody. So I need us to understand that because this is not about shaming John Doe. This is about a lot of women are in position like this and they don't know what to do. They don't know who to run to. They don't know who to go to. They don't have, because a lot of men manipulate. That's how they get you. A narcissist, he gets you isolated. That's his first tactic to overcome you. So he took me from my dad's house. And at this time, I'm yelling, I want to go back to my husband because I was wrong. He used anger to put me under subjection and fear because of the things that he would conduct himself and do. That's just one situation. It's another situation. I was like, I want to go back to my husband. He took the garbage can. We was in a hotel at the time, and he threw it against the hotel window and shattered the whole glass. And I was like very scared. That, hold on, wait, there's more. There's more, my love. I remember another time telling him, listen, I gotta go back because I felt at this time we was living under a curse. Our lifestyle wasn't really resembling the will of the Most High. He said that his people supposed to be blessed above and not beneath, the lender and not the
Facts.
borrower. So our lifestyle, it just felt so cursed. I'm like, nah, this ain't right. Like, I don't, it don't matter if I'm a Christian. I think I could see if the hand of the Most High is against me. And at this time, we was in a car, and I told him, I was like, look, you got to drop me off because my kids is right now. He drove the car off of the road. Now, mind you, if he, I got this documentation to follow this story, meaning
I
police
heard
reports,
you
because immediately there was police reports, because immediately when he drove the car off the road, the sheriff stopped us and was like, "Is everybody okay? Is the children and everybody okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we okay." I ain't saying nothing to the sheriff. I just kept my head straight, but he knew what he did, and it's documented. I got like some receipts to back up what I'm saying.
that. That's for everybody who, because I really want to know what's going on. So that's for everybody who feel like, is this the truth or not? Cause this what we trying to get to. So as far as red flags in your relationship with him, you felt like his anger, his patience, and stuff like that with you, even around the children.
Oh yeah, it was heavy around the kids. It was real heavy. Like it wasn't the first time he did something like that in a car. One time he did it and he stopped on the brake so hard and my son's head went flying into the driver's seat and it was real bad. His anger got he done it punching walls and breaking it was a lot, man. And my kids witnessed a lot of this stuff. They
Hmm.
witnessed a lot of this stuff and they developed a hate for him. Eventually, my youngest son started bucking against him, started rebelling against him because it got so bad like that.
So okay. So this what I want to understand. So this was in y'all courting stage because y'all really are married, right?
Well, yeah. So this was the before the marriage and after the marriage. This took place. Now,
Okay.
let me tell you the reason. If I was going through all of this, your next question would be, why did we get married?
That's exactly what.
So, no, I already know I do this. This is what I do, cuz. No funny with it. This is what I do. But look, check this out, right? So I tried to leave him. I dropped him off because I was coming back to New York from the state that I met him in. I was like, look, I'm done. I'm tired for real this time. Since you won't leave me alone, I'm going back to New York. I'm leaving then. You can't get to New York. This man jumped in my car and would not get out my car, right? So I was like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do because this man already had situations. John Doe already had stuff going on with the law. So if I would have think about it, if I would have like did something to like get him caught up in the law, down, he would have went down for that and the stuff that he got going on. So a lot of I didn't run to the law because of only that and because of that child that he had before me. Because
Okay.
I'm thinking you got a seed out here at the time. I'm like, I was raised in the street, so we don't do stuff according to the law. We don't run the police. That's a no.
Right.
We don't run the police. Even if your man is wilding out, you know what I'm saying? What you do is you flex up on him by leaving him, doing better.
Right.
That's how you get back at him. You don't call police on no black man. That's a no. I was raised like that. So I was like, all right, bet I'm gonna leave him. I tried my best to leave him. The man, I dropped him off in the next state from the state that I'm fleeing in because he would not get out the car. On my kids, he would not get out the car. So I'm like, yo, I'm like, I bet this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave him. He calls my dad and tells my dad that I'm leaving him homeless. I'm leaving him hungry. He has no food. He has no family. My dad calls me and tells me that's not how Christians are supposed to operate. And he's at this point, my dad is running me down about how this man loves me so much. And why would I do that to him? Why would I drop him off? Now, mind you, that's my father. I'm not about to tell my dad that this man is putting his hands on me because that's a whole nother story. Now my dad is like, yo, wait, some dude is putting their hands. Think about if you a dad, what your dad coming to do? He not about to sit here and let some man
Yeah.
put their hands on you. So I'm like, listen, before I got my dad in these streets caught up over some drama, let me just fold and okay, just keep this a secret. The way I was able to keep it a secret is I said, okay, dad, you're right. I'll drop him off, I'll help him out. And I went back to help him. And it just went from there. So to answer your question, I had two options. Get him caught up with the law and get an auto protection on him or marry him. Those are the only two options I had because obviously I could not get rid of him.
He wouldn't leave you alone.
Oh no. And the crazy thing is his family know it. I even got voice recordings from his mama saying this. His family know it, my family know it, I know it, and he know it.
Did y'all go to marriage counseling?
At the time when I was going through all of this, he didn't want to go to any of the Christians with me. He wanted to be able to go to them and destroy my name. So he has went to a lot of people, like a lot of family members without me together, and he has told them things like I was a whore. Um, he has mentioned my dress code and how I humiliate him, embarrass him, just to shame me and shame my father. So he did some of those things, but without me. So by the time I got caught up to these things, I said, no, no, no. This is what we about to do. We about to go sit to every single one of those people together and they about to hear my side and hear my receipts. He didn't want to do that. He backed out. When it came to me saying that I'm gonna present my receipts to them and I'm gonna present my proof to show that I'm not this whore that he's claiming I am, he backed out from counseling. He ain't wanting nothing to do with it.
Okay, so it was okay. So he said a lot, and I want to address a lot of the stuff he said as far as him saying that you do dress like he said you dress kind of like a little slutty. He also said that you was cheating on him on the prayer line with the neighbors, with his friends. He was saying you was cheating on him with damn near everybody except for his daddy and your daddy. He said a lot of stuff. So I want you to I want to understand what's up. Did y'all have a prayer line?
Okay, so when I watched the interview, I didn't hear that. I just heard him accusing me of cheating with this guy on a prayer line. But if he's
Mm-hmm.
saying that I was cheating with everybody, first of all, again, taking it back to the streets, because Israelites bring Christians for everything. So I wouldn't dare quote something from Christianity. Bringing it back from the streets, common sense. You cannot call somebody something without the proof. He has no receipts. I'm full of receipts. He has no receipts that I ever cheated on him. None whatsoever. He's speaking from an emotional standpoint. That's for one. For two, this gentleman on the prayer line, he's the one that called him for our problems. I begged John Doe. I said, please do not call this man. He was so anxious to expose and to humiliate me because he felt like I was in the church and these people got to see who he feel like I really am, that he didn't realize that it was another man he was going to about his marriage problems. Now this man now is looking at his character Every time John Doe calls this gentleman in Christianity, the one that he's accusing me of committing adultery with, every time John Doe calls him, John Doe's flipping out. So the Christian dude is watching him get out of character, call his wife names, admit that he slapped his wife during pregnancy. This is what John Doe is reporting to this dude. I'm like, you did this because you the one who dialed these numbers and bringing my name up to this man. Now, I never committed adultery with this man, but this man is constantly praying like one of the, like one of your elders. You would, because you don't have a husband, you don't have a covering. He would encourage you. If you be like, "Hey, elder, I feel discouraged," he will encourage you. He'll be like, "Hang on, sis." That's how this man come. And this man even told him that he tell me like, hang on, sis, stay in there. Keep praying. It's okay. This Christian gentleman has also prayed for my husband, John Doe. But the moral to answer your question, John Doe is the individual who brought our circumstances and situations to this man. Now you want to sit here and accuse this man of cheating with your wife, which did never, ever, ever happen. He has no receipts. He has no proof. Stop believing these emotional hurt Israelite men. Start asking for receipts, ladies. Ask if they
Mhm.
claim they left their wife and kids because their wife and kids cheated. Did you get a screenshot? Record the conversation. Call her right now. Ask for proof. Don't be Billy. Don't be a fool. These men be lying because they be hurt and they honestly really don't want the burden of a family anyway because they know they can't lead properly. They got some situations going on, so they try to run from it. I'm like, I'm being honest because this gentleman, this Christian gentleman, he went out back for John Doe. This Christian gentleman put money in John Doe's hand when John Doe didn't have. This Christian gentleman was John Doe's best man in our marriage. I'm like, now you coming out to the Israelites because they don't know the real. You coming out trying to play the other side. When you called this man, this Christian man, every time you couldn't take it, every time you felt like you was losing your mind, and I begged you not to do it. Now you want to sit here in front for the camera. Nah, I got receipts, bro. I got
Okay.
receipts.
Okay. Okay, she got receipts now. I didn't ask her to show the receipt. I asked her to come up and tell her story first so that we can hear, and then that way if she do want to drop her receipts and he want to drop his and stuff like that, because he the one said, when I told him and I seen him on live, I ain't gonna lie, I'm like, I'm going to tell your wife I'm tricking. And he's like, she could come up, she could tell her story if she wants to. So he said he approved it. So if anybody's saying, oh my gosh, she doing. He the one said, "Yep, she need to come on up and tell her story." So, we only got a little bit more time left, so I want to get into some more questions. So, he was saying that you guys was living together. Now, was you living with him or was he living with you?
No, he always lived with me. I never lived with him.
Okay, okay. So this is where the problem comes in is not even y'all get married. It's him saying when y'all start living together, he started to see what type of woman you was. He said you was like this fake religious woman that you do fake speaking in tongues. He said that you was real evil towards him. When he I guess lost his job, he said that you was belittling him and start cheating on him and stuff like that. He also he also addressed. So I just want to know, is how all this disrespect with you and him started, was because he wasn't working, or like how what was the beef? Was it just he just has a bad attitude? Like, I'm trying to understand, like, how was y'all
No,
able to get married and move in together?
no, because of the abuse and because of the abuse with my children. It was one time he was walking my son to school, and I got an actual video of 2 days ago or 3 days ago. He told me he don't like this same son that I have. It's one son that he just don't like, and he admitted that. And I got a recording of him saying that. He said, "I don't like your son." So this is how the disrespect started. To answer your question, one day I was laying in bed, and he had was supposed to walk them to school. My son is yelling through the block, "Help me, please. He's going to kill me. Help me, help me." And started banging on our door. My son feared this man because this man just didn't like John Doe, just didn't like my son. This is what made me separate from him mentally. I was in church and I was cooking downstairs, and John Doe took my son in the bathroom And from what John Doe claimed is John Doe just hit his hands. But my son came out with a cut on his forehead that was from the top of his forehead to the bottom, blood gushing everywhere. And I was like, oh my God, what did you do? And John Doe was like very cold about it. Like, your son don't listen and he doesn't. But I'm like, listen, you already got something going on with the law. You want me to handle this by myself? If the child protective services get involved, you ain't gonna do nothing but run because you already got stuff going on with the law. You not liking this boy, just keep your hands off of him. That was my only request. When I figured that this John Doe would grab him by his shirt, yeah, he admitted it. I got Facebook messages too where he said he
Yeah.
lifted my son up by his shirt and dropped him. So I was like, yo, this man is just out to really hurt us for real. So when I still was loyal, I could not go to the police because, mind you, at this point, most bitter women get this nigga, get him gone. You feel what I'm saying? He's out of here,
Mhm.
gone. Wait till he go to sleep and get him gone. That's most women. But I'm like, nah, I still got hope. Let me just see if I could just get away from him. Let me just separate from him and see if he'll go get himself together with this anger. But I'm like, that's when the respect started to be lost. It wasn't because he didn't have a job, because me and my ex-husband, we lived off of my ex-husband SSI check for 18 years. I never in my life disrespected him like that. It was when I started being abused. It was when I started to realize that he had a lot going on mentally.
Okay, I see. I see. I see what you're saying. Him acting out and mistreating you is what really led to all this. So
Yes, I'm sorry. He also made one more comment. I'm sorry. He made one more comment. He said that he hoped the son that he don't like, he said that he hopes that son gets raped.
uh, okay, so that's part of the reason why I really got you here. Like, I'm just want to tell you the truth because I like to tell the truth. At
Hmm.
first, when you were saying like you got raped and you were saying that you and him was married, I was like, I think she's lying. But as far as like all this other stuff, like him part acting out and stuff, I would believe he did all that other stuff. But as far as the grape, I'm trying to figure out how was it that you saying he raped you and was y'all married? Like we really want to know this question. Like what
Okay.
happened?
So now
Mm-hmm.
I already got my clip pulled up because I'm gonna play a clip for y'all. Um, After I just explain this, I'm gonna take like maybe a couple of minutes to explain this real quick. But
Okay, go ahead.
let me go back to the from the beginning. First of all, this man got some stuff going on with the same charge, like with a charge, like the same accusations. He got some stuff going on with the law for that
Okay,
already. So mind you, I didn't think nothing of it until I told you that I was celibate. When I met my husband, I was celibate. So I was celibate for like 2 years. This gentleman, John Doe, the way he got me was because of my drinking problem. I was a true alcoholic. So I remember me, John Doe, and another woman and her man all drinking together in Charlotte. I just got off the phone with the dude too. I
okay,
want him to come on, but we in Charlotte, we all drinking. So I'm over drunk to the point where I feel woozy. I feel abnormally woozy. He was the only one near my drinks. Now I never saw him put nothing in my drink, so I can't accuse him of that. But I
okay.
know the feeling that I felt with being woozy. You know when you've been drugged or something. I don't know if you've ever drunk before. I don't drink
Yeah,
now. You have? Okay,
yeah.
so
Yeah, I don't drink as much as I used to.
I
But
don't
I
drink
understand.
no more. I don't drink no more. But at the time, it was more than a woozy. I knew something was done to my drink. But the moral of the story is, I remember the lights being off, and I remember pushing. That was all the strength I got until I blacked out. And I was pushing all the lights was off. Now, mind you, this gentleman already had stuff going on. He already was practicing this ways with other people that he was in relationships with. So, but hold on, that's not the tip of the iceberg. So that situation happened, and I brought it up to him. He acted very wicked towards me. he denied that he did that to me and everything, right? So look, later on now, this is after we're married now. I encounter it again, but this time I'm not drunk because I had already got cleaned up. I had already got the deliverance I needed to get, so I'm no longer alcoholic. It had happened again, and this is the clip I'ma pray, where our baby's in a room. He's trying to pin me down and hold me down. And he gets mad at me. Yes, this is the voice clip. Hold on. But I'm like, I know the risk that I risk because I feel like, you know, because I have a right. You just had my legs open trying to force me to have sex. I deserve for you to sit here and listen to me. I'm like, could y'all hear it? No,
Yes.
I'm not just saying that like what you did. I deserve for you to sit here and listen to me. And I didn't have to go through that. My husband to listen to me. He practically just, I was practically in tears. You didn't even ask me am I okay. You had me pinned down just now. You didn't even ask me. But where is the, oh, are you okay? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Listen, Diamond, you don't want to give it to me? I'm not ugly. But where's the compassion first? You're sitting here being this cold and you just literally had me pinned down. And I'm going to send you this video because you hear his responses. Like, you didn't even actually like, hey,
Yes. A little bit. No.
I gotta send you this video.
You gotta send me. I want to see the video. I want to see the
we got
video.
a couple of minutes left. I'm practically telling him in this video that you had me pinned down and forcing yourself inside of me, and we got our son right there next to us. My son was literally in the room. And on top of that, like I got voice clips with him like saying like, yo, if because I've oh my goodness, girl, because I did that to you, I can't leave you. That's what he made me believe because I didn't know the Torah. I'd never studied the Torah. I didn't know according to Hebrew law like what any of that stuff was. So he came to me and told me this is the narcissist part. He said if I raped you, basically, I cannot never leave you. So
Second,
I got a
I'm
video. I'm gonna send it to
let
you.
me
I'm
say
gonna post
this.
my receipt.
Okay, not to cut you off, let me say this. I'm tired of Hebrews and stuff telling me that sex is marriage. Let me tell you something. Sex is not marriage. Sex is not marriage. It's a lot of Hebrew women who feel that way because men are saying that it says that if you have sex with a woman, you might as well go ahead and marry her because sex is supposed to be within marriage. That's what it's held for. So a lot of these men out here be trying to come out with these scriptures saying sex is marriages. That if that's the case, then a lot of them got about 4, 5 baby mamas and about 20, 30 bodies under them. That means that they already been married. So I just want to say that. But so what happened after that? Like after he did this, like did you try to like go to the police? Like what did you do after he did this? Hello? Did she cut off? Let me see. Oh, we froze. Okay, we back. Hello? You can hear me? Because we froze. Well, I froze.
I can hear you. I can't hear her.
Okay. She froze or something then. This is crazy. I'm gonna need a shot of tequila after this. Oh wow. I hope she tap back in.
Yeah, you asked her a question. Have she
Yeah.
moved? Have he moved in with her? And she said
Mhm.
no. But I'm like, as I first heard her, she said that she went with him with when her dad kicked her out, and he was like, "Come with me." So I'm trying to see whether they moved. Did she moved in with him or what was that? Because that's kind of like confusion if he came to, pretty much pick her
Mhm.
up when her dad put her out. So
I'm,
I want to
that's
hear that.
yeah. That's why I asked her how about the living situation, because he said that he took on her and her children to come and live with him, and when I guess he was like not financially enough secure and stuff like that, I guess it was a point in time where they end up where she was kind of paying more so of the bills and he was kind of living with her. I know that he did say they kind of moved around a little bit. So yeah, that's why I asked her, because his side of it was they were living with him. So I wanted to see her side of it. She's saying no, he was living with me. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I was in the
Hmm.
audience when he said that. So I'm like, that's what's
Hmm.
confusing to me because she did give him credit at first. He, when dad was tripping because dad didn't agree with what was going on, she
Yeah.
kind of did say that, he came through. You feel me? And snatched her up. So I'm not understanding how.
Yeah. I hope she can get back on because we literally have like 13 minutes left and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure that he might watch this and he might have a counteract to this. And I just want to say, if she don't get a chance to get back up, if she watch this back, if you and him want to come on and we kind of be there to moderate you guys talking, because the main thing is he wants a divorce. I was trying to get to that part as far as why y'all still married. Cause he's saying he want a divorce. And I
You hear
want
me?
to hear her side as far as the divorce.
Yeah, you can hear me? Y'all can hear me now?
Okay? Yeah. Okay. So, I forgot my question. Karima, can you remember my question?
Hold on, wait,
Yeah,
hold on. Just answer. Look at this
your
video for
first
this.
question
Uh,
was,
go ahead.
no, go ahead. If she can remember,
Okay.
go ahead.
So the first one was as far as you and him concerned, did you do anything after the whole grape situation? Like what did you do? And then the next thing would be y'all living situation. Can you clear that up? So the first thing
Well,
is that. Go ahead.
Well, off of the this was a constant history of him doing it. Like, so the pin down, that happened after because I decided to become sober. But during the whole relationship, what he would do is he would force me basically to drink, like over drink my limit. And then he would wait till I pass out and take advantage of me throughout the whole relationship. So, and there was times where like, and then I got tired of it. So I said, I need to get sober because I need to pay attention to what's going on behind my body. I worked hard for my celibacy. I'm like, I was celibate for over 2 years. So for him to take my celibacy from me, it was practically feeling like he took my virginity by force. And I did not give him permission to do that. So I was like, yo, look, I got caught lacking. Let me take the blame because I was drinking and I should never got caught like that. My dad never raised me like that. And this is a man, he's a hornball. So of course he's already filled with perverse spirits. He already got a situation going on with the law because of it. So why am I getting caught getting drunk around him if I know that? That's not wise. So I got myself cleaned up. After I got myself cleaned up, he tried to use force. And that's what I just played you the video because he never was forceful like that. He would just wait till I pass out and do it. But then when I stopped drinking, he had no leverage over me to take advantage of me like that anymore. So then it made him angry. And then that's when like I experienced the forceful part where he using his muscles and his body to hold me down.
Oh, oh, okay. I just want to say that makes that little situation that you said that'll make
Hold
a
on,
little
I
sense.
have her saying something. Hold on, time out. Let me address what I have
Okay.
her saying. Let me shut this down.
I
Hold up,
have
hold
to
up,
wait. Wait, I
hold up.
have to wait because I got this question because this your husband also said you and him into some freaky deaky type stuff and that's what it was and now you upset with him.
Okay, so how do I got a video with me explaining to him I'm not in the mood, and he's telling me just call my cab, get me out of here with his pants down. And I telling
Okay.
him you just practically had me pinned down on the bed. That doesn't sound like a joke. That doesn't sound like somebody's being kinky.
Mhm. So just clarify, you and him ain't into the, the rough, the rough category. Y'all not into the BDSM or nothing. So
No,
you saying you
I'm
and
not
him
into
don't do
that. And first of all, give me a second. First of
that.
all, if I was into that, it wouldn't be in a room with a child. My child, you can hear
Oh,
me saying in the video that my child is literally laying right there in a crib. Why were you even doing that? And I was like, you're so cold to me. In the video, you would hear, I'm gonna send it to you. The only thing is that I don't want to show the scenery because I got some
okay,
personal things around his boxers. He's in his boxers with his pants down. So I'm gonna
okay.
have to record it from
Just
another
send it to
phone.
me and Karima. Just send it to me and her so we can look at it and analyze it
Yeah,
and
not
go.
not the video. I'm gonna record it from another phone so you could just hear the voice because I'm not gonna
Okay,
expose his
okay, cool.
whole.
Oh, it's some crazy stuff. Yeah, we want to hear the audio. I want to hear the audio mainly.
Yeah, yeah.
So even the choker, because some people when they have sex, they like to be choked. So none of that either is what you're saying.
No, listen. My thing is this. My thing is this, right? If you had a woman to be into all of that, as a child of the Most High, you should understand that you're already an offender to be careful for one. So if there's a children in the room, why would you even, we're not even discussing me no more. We're talking about, because we
Yeah,
don't hold these men accountable for nothing they do. Everything goes on the women. All the blame goes on the women. All the burden goes on the women. All the responsibility to be righteous goes on the women. It's the women, women, women. I'm like, if it's the women, why are men the head? Listen, let me tell you something. This man should have enough wisdom to know, first of all, I'm not pinning nobody down in a room with my children, let alone my wife. This ain't the
okay.
time to be kinky with a baby right there in the crib. That's some real messed up mentally stuff.
Okay, I'm seeing what you're saying. Whether you and him was into some stuff, the timing of it was not the right timing of it, is what you're saying. Whether y'all was into it or
Yeah,
not,
and on top of that, you should
it's the
know when a
timing.
woman is serious. Why do okay, if me and you are kinky and we're having like some stuff, you know when we're role playing. You also know when someone is getting angry and they're fighting you using all of their force. Now, I'm not admitting to being into that. I'm just canceling out the odds because what
Yeah.
the Israelites is going to do, maybe not you, Lafia and Cinderella. But what the Israelites is going to do is they're going to look for everything to try to condemn me because I'm a Christian. So I'm facing the odds. I'm not facing and I'm not admitting to being kinky with him. I'm just getting rid of the odds. Like even if I was doing that, do you agree with doing that in front of a child? He's a baby.
Okay.
Like why would you? And then
I
do you also
understand.
go ahead? Go ahead.
I understand. I understand what you're saying. It's the timing of it. It's like, hey, if we into that, it's the timing of the situation in the case
I
that
never
you
was
wasn't.
into that with him because he had stuff going on already. Now later
Oh,
on, there was already stuff going on with him. Like I'm telling y'all, this gentleman got stuff going on with the law. He got a lot of stuff going on in his sexuality, a lot of stuff going on that I'm not going to expose that part of the thing.
oh.
But this gentleman got a lot of stuff going on. He
You
just
told
told
us.
me
Yeah, you told us already. I want to say this before we want this cleared up. Okay, now he is saying he took care of you. This was his main thing. He said that he took care of you. He took you and all your kids in to live with him. That was a question that we want cleared up. Who was living with who? Like,
he's
would
an
y'all
offender.
live
First of all, let me before I say this, let me clear this up. First of
with?
all, I gotta say, I know he's listening. He can no longer threaten me to neglect and reject his son. Because before this show, he threatened me and he said, if you go on that show, I'm going to disconnect completely. So basically, I just want to get this out here because what I'm about to release, he's going to be upset and he's going to use that as a reason not to take care of his son. He's going to say that, oh, I did this to him and I hurt him so bad and he got to disconnect because I'm a wicked woman and all of this stuff. He's going to hide behind the Israelite camps and they foul too because like I said, I got receipts to prove that this man clearly was a rapist. And he's going to hide behind these little camps and they're going to support him and the blood is going to be required at their hand. But mind you, I'm not looking for validation from no Israelite. I'm not looking for no friend. I stand alone. I'm built like that. I'm really like that. He knows that. So I'm just saying that I'm not looking for friends. I'm not looking for somebody to agree with me. I'm only here because to protect other women. And he's obviously dating other women. I'm so grateful that that girl he was dating or went on a site with, she said something was off because she sounds like a really nice lady. And I would hate for him to come in her life and mess it up. I would hate that. That's unfair. Why do women got to deal with
Yeah.
that? So, anyways, back to the situation. When
Yeah.
that situation happened to me and I brought it to him, he became very violent. And I also got a voice clip to that and I sent it to the elders, an Israelite elder. He became
Okay,
very
but
violent and
I want
started
to make
threat.
sure you answer my question directly. Who did he take you in and take care of you? Yes or no?
No, he's an offender.
So you saying completely no? He always you had your own home and he was living with you.
I never lived in a home with him because we was in hotels. What happened was what happened was he has a gift which he does home improvement and construction. So when he did home improvement and construction, he linked my whole family. This is what he did do. He got jobs and he couldn't do it by himself. So what happened was me and my sons pulled up and we was tilling grounds and drilling. And I'm a woman. After a manicure, I got straight in the field, tilling grounds, putting up pergolas with him. Nobody was in the field with him. Me and my kids was outside 11 o'clock at night putting bricks up because he got into some contracts and all of his workers left him. We really upheld his business. We took care of him. He never had a stable place. He never had. Tell him to show you a receipt, show you a lease, show you some kind of proof that he ever lived on his own. Right now, he lived with his mama. He went to go live with his mama who keep Christmas, who celebrates Halloween. I'm like, he went to his Christian mother and he goes to church every Sunday. Do not let these people fool y'all. Y'all believe everything y'all hear because somebody gets on Facebook and they wear these fine clothes and they put something on their head and they confess to being an Israelite and they say, yeah, the most high, the most high, the most high. All of that don't mean nothing when these cameras go off.
There's a situation like that. So I understand. So this is my last question because we got about 2 more minutes and stuff like that. And if he watching and stuff like that, this is his question as well. I'm sorry, y'all. I wasn't looking at the comments because I want the focus, but I just want to know, is you gonna give this man a divorce? Why did y'all stay together?
Oh, I'm not filing. You know why I'm not filing the divorce?
Why?
When this man left me, which I got receipts for too, and I will give that to you. When this man left me, I was in a shelter with rats and roaches, and I was on a blow up mattress with my son that he gave me. That's one. I was on a blow up mattress in an infested shelter. When he left me, you know what I got? A 2015 Ford Expedition, a upstairs, downstairs house, 3 bedroom, 2.5 bathroom, a job. Is the more evil he do to me, the more blessed I'm gonna become. And I don't care how many Israelites sit here and try to come up against me. I don't care how many what they call me. I don't care. I'm not looking for friends. I don't care. I'm good. I'm valid. And it don't matter if he don't take care of his son. I got his son. I got him. It's cool. It's good. I'm
Okay.
good with that. So that's why I'm not giving him a divorce. I'm not giving him a divorce because the more dirt he do to me, the more dating sites he go on, the more adultery he commits, the more names he call me, the more stressed out he tries to make me, the more the Most High uplifts me. I need that in my life. He's my ammo. He's my motivation to flex, to show every woman that they can make it without they nigga. Come on, y'all need to boss up. I know y'all talking about the Torah and all that, and oh, this is a Jezebel and everything. I don't listen. I'm not looking. This is the reason why so many of these women get left with babies because they do stuff according to what these men is trying to tell them the Most High is saying. They not seeking the Most High for themselves. Because guess what? Let me tell you something, sister. If your husband is unrighteous and you do something that's unrighteous with your husband, you know what he gonna say? You should have knew not to do that. You should have knew. You got to answer to the Most High for yourself. He gonna
Mhm.
leave you out there. He gonna throw you in. He gonna throw the towel in. He gonna throw you under the bus. That's what I'm talking about. I'm like, yo, look, y'all following these dudes who really don't got no really respect for y'all. This man has a hatred for women. John Doe has a hatred for women. He hates women because of what he been through as a child. He had a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff happened to him as a child.
Then why do you wanna stay married? And then okay, so as far we got one comment. Ahava said, can you explain how y'all lived as two separate households or how y'all was living in and out of the hotels as you said, which he claimed y'all was living in the home. And he wants to also ask, are you keeping his son away from him?
Okay.
Why y'all going through
So as
this?
far as the hotels is concerned, when I first met him, we was in and out of hotels until I was like, yo, babe, New York is not like this. We can get housed. He comes to New York with me and I get placed in a shelter. So then he can't control his anger. So he's throwing stuff in my room and my son goes to school and reports that. He has to leave because he got the law going on. He got the law against him. They really, really looking for him. So I'm like, he has to leave because at this time, child protective services come in. So what I do, being a just wife, I say, yo, here, go to the other crib. Go to which was in my name. I had the lease. I could show receipts. He was never on no lease. I paid the bills, the lights, the water, the heat, in my name. I'm like, yo, here, go over here. You could hide out over here. I'm like, so he was over there taking care of my dogs. He never took care of me ever. And whenever he did put $1 to me, it was because I gave him the 50 cents to even get the dollar. And I'm not bragging about it. I'm just saying, don't sit here and try to make it seem like you was always the head and you had it like that and you was providing and leading your home. You needed
Yeah,
me, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with a man leading his lady. But when you start being abusive, when you start putting your hands on me while I'm pregnant, and now you want to sit here after all we done did for you, the police ransacked my room looking for him. You know what they told me, sis? They said, if you don't
yeah,
get this nigga up, we taking your kids. I don't know no Israelite woman who will sacrifice their kids for a nigga. Come on now. And you gonna
mhm,
get on YouTube and try to front? I got receipts. You're getting exposed. And if they don't listen to what I'm saying because I'm a Christian, that's their problem. Now they gotta subject their women to you. they gotta expose their women. This man, Ahava, he put him in the ring. Now I could send Ahava receipts. Guess what Ahava might do? Put him in a ring with another Israelite woman so he can mess her up. And this cycle gonna keep going on. Where's the love that y'all got for each other? It don't matter you got high behind a Hebrew name. That don't matter. If a nigga a rapist and somebody got receipts for it, tell the truth. Get that nigga out the camp. Cause he a
yeah,
liability. He a
yeah.
liability,
Well,
bro.
well, I just feel like, well, when it comes to men, let me tell you something. Men bond more simply than women. Men bond off of, hey, we men, yeah. You like beer, yeah. Okay, we friends. So I just feel like he's listening to his side of the story. They men. That's what men kind of do. So that's why I wanted you to come out and say your side without, just allowing him to just say his side
There
because
ain't
then
no man.
everybody
There's truth.
gonna
There
go
ain't no
for that.
man. We brothers. It's truth first. And if you got a
Yeah,
bro who's really got a perverse spirit in him, and he going around raping women, and it's not his first situation, you need to check that because that's love. When you hide it and you cover it up because you don't like the Christian woman anyway, that's what they gonna do. They gonna use the fact that I'm a Christian instead of I'm a woman and I didn't deserve to be raped regardless of what, especially in front of my son. I'm like, that's what they gonna use. Tell the truth. I'm like, listen, I could care less because I don't have to be amongst you all. I don't look for the listen, he do that. He run the camps. I don't like listen, who do I run to with y'all? I already have like a support system. I'm already a Christian. I'm never folding. So I'm like, I don't look for the validation. I'm gonna get bashed and I'm good. I can handle mine. But I'm like, the truth of the matter is, I'm gonna submit these receipts and y'all do what y'all do with them. Like, he amongst y'all,
okay.
he ain't amongst me.
Okay. Well,
Uh,
we want to see because the reason I even know that this happened is because you posted these comments in Karima's group. So that's how this came about. So you posted in Karima's group and somebody sent it to me. So another Hebrew sent it to me. So that's why we always asking like, well, why did you come to us about it? You say that you came to us about it because you was tired of what was going on and you felt like nobody was hearing you. You didn't have enough
and not
voice.
once did any of them dudes ask me, where's your receipts? And when I did mention that I got receipts, you know why they never asked? Because a lot of them are not concerned about it because they probably doing the same thing to other women or they don't want a Hebrew exposed because he hide behind the name Hebrew, or they really just don't like me and feel like I deserved it because I'm a Christian. Either way, it's wicked. Either way, it's
Mm-hmm.
wicked. When you think
Right.
about a rape, not a Christian, not a Hebrew, not an Israelite, when you think about rape, rape is rape. It doesn't matter what religion you come from or what your background is. Be a just and righteous person. Now, if you don't, you got to deal with the Most High. Not me. Not me.
Definitely hit the thumbs up, buddy, y'all. I don't play. When I be in people chat, I could come on they chat and they laugh one time, and I be telling everybody in they chat, hit the thumbs, hit the thumbs, hit the thumbs. I go crazy with the support. Like, yeah, hit the thumbs up, y'all. Like, reshare this, get it out there, reshare, 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 y'all. So, I guess I asked everything I wanted. So I just wanted this is the last question, is pretty much, how do you feel about your two different journeys from the first husband and the second husband? Because it sounds like the first husband wasn't that bad. It seemed like you kind of went with the
Well,
second
it's
husband.
like that's unfair to put that burden on the first husband. Like once your property has been tampered with, do you think it's fair if I serve you some lasagna and a neighbor that you don't even know dig their fingers in it and then want to give it back to you? Would you eat that food like that? I
Nah.
already got a baby. You basically sabotaged my first husband because I already got a baby by you. And now you talking about you don't want no parts and you want to walk away from your son. I got to answer Ahava's question. He had two questions that I want to answer real quick. The first question was keeping him away from his son. I got text messages where he said, forget the baby, forget you because of his emotions, because I called him out on his rape. I called him out on his rape before it even got to Facebook. It went to him. And I got the voice recordings where I called him out on it. And he was like, I'm about to say, forget the baby, forget you, and disconnect and delete my Facebook. That's what he told me when I called him out on the rape. And I got the video, I got the voice clips to that. So the next question is, why can't I divorce a rapist? Well, first of all, the only support or the man that would take care of me was my ex-husband. I'm a divorce this man, right? And not have no covering against adultery. Because this is what I have to admit. I have to admit that this marriage protects me from being a whore. The fact that I want to be right with the Most High, I'm not going outside looking for some penis. Only because I know that I'm married. But if I'm not married, nothing is stopping a nigga from pulling up on me talking about, yo, what's good, man? You want to go on a date? I'm like,
Well,
no,
yes,
I'm not
it's
repeating the same
cool.
cycle. So I'm not repeating the same cycle. So right now,
Oh,
I could keep my celibacy, stay
mm.
separated, and stay married. So every time he do wrong to me and his child, I get blessed. What am I losing? What am I losing?
So you just holding on to the marriage just to get on his nerves, is what you
No,
say.
not to get on his nerves. I just told you that I came up after he left me. So how's that getting on his nerves?
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I see. Did
Yeah,
you?
like the more dirt you he do to me, the more wrong he do to me and his child, is the more I get elevated, the more I get uplifted, the more I get financially blessed, the more my career. In 2 months, I'll have my bachelor's degree. Let's go. Let's go. I have
Okay.
my bachelor's degree in 2 months, guys. Let's
Okay.
go.
Congratulations. I like that. I support people when they doing good things. I think that's amazing too. And bless you with your career and your degree for real.
Yes, ma'am.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so
So why
we got
divorce?
some
You
questions.
tell
We
me
got
to
a
close
question.
out. To close out.
Yes.
You tell
Yeah, we
me.
finna close out. This is we finna close out, but this what we do. We ask questions from the audience and stuff. So we do. I have got questions for you now. So he said, Why didn't you call the police and get the law involved? Even though you saying he was doing all this, he like forget all that. If he was being abusive to you, if he raped you, whatever, why didn't you get the law involved? And I think his other question had something to do with I forgot. What was your other question? Because it disappeared. But so why didn't you get the law involved? Like I know you saying like as black women, we don't call the police on black men, but do you look back and think like I should have called the police?
Oh man. Hold on. First, let me answer this one. Ahava said, did you spit in his oatmeal? No, he's referring to his first wife. When he told that story about he caught her cheating, he never caught me cheating. He never walked in on me. He's talking about his first wife he walked in on.
No,
Yeah, and she spit in his
no.
oatmeal. She did, not me. That was his other wife, his first wife. I
Yeah,
never
he
spit in
did
his
say that. He okay. Well, if he did, I can't remember. I gotta go look back at his interview now. But yeah, he did say something about somebody spitting in his oatmeal and then doing a little weird stuff to him. You know.
Yeah, that was her. But anyways, about the law. Well, for one, I did call
You we froze. Are we frozen?
You not, she is.
Oh, great. I feel like a police interrogation. I wish I could trade out like now the bad cop come in, good cop, bad cop come in, so I take a break. Oh wow, this is some
You
crazy stuff.
can come up here. I'm
Huh?
gonna drop them the link.
Okay, so we finna close out. We went over time. I feel like she answered all the questions too. We asked her the same questions, whether she answered it directly. We asked her the same questions about 2 or 3 times, y'all. So I'm finna go ahead and drop out because my leg. That's the only reason. But I'm so happy for y'all coming. Yeah, we asked her about the spitting in the oatmeal thing. He said it was her though. She said it was not her. I'm just grateful for Karima and Lions Den for hosting this so we can get her side story. Make sure we get the receipts because I want them. I want to see it. If she send it to you, Karima, let me know you
And
got it. Got it.
she gonna,
Okay.
I ain't got no receipts yet, but she gonna come back.
She gonna put her back.
Yeah, she coming back. She froze. So I'm gonna let her try to close out. You know what I mean?
Okay, come on, let her close out with her questions because yeah, the whole oatmeal thing, he did say that was her. He said that she was the one who was cheating on the prayer line. I can't remember if he said that he had a wife or not when him and her got together. I can't remember that part, which would
He did.
be really crazy.
He did. He
Yeah.
said he had a wife.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out was another question. Why y'all even get together if you and him both started out like it started out with like a crazy foundation. Y'all both married. He a Christian, you a Hebrew. I'm trying to figure out how y'all even get to the law to get married. Like, that's where I'm at with like, how did y'all get that far to like even be like, and then why won't y'all just go ahead and get the divorce? That's my questions
He did
for
say he
y'all.
didn't have no proof. He just said her moves was suspicious.
Okay, yeah, because he was saying, yeah, so I just feel like that part, she didn't say that he was cheating or nothing. I don't remember her accusing him of cheating. She is sticking with what she said as far as him being a pervert though. He said she would leave out late nights with makeup on. That's what he was saying. Okay, thank you. I have a yeah. So that's what he was saying. She was like sneaking out. That's why he ain't had proof. Like she was sneaking out, or she would go certain places and he'd be like, "Why you got makeup on, or why you dressed a certain way?" And you saying you just going to the grocery store, or you just going to the laundromat. That's what it was. And he was saying how y'all like this little lion in the back. I think it fit for what we got going on. I that's what he said. I'm glad you
Yeah, I
remember
like
because
that.
yeah, y'all like that. Ain't that nice? I like
He already didn't use that.
that. Yeah. So if she don't want to get back on, we can close out. And if she want to come back, she can. You want to have her back, Kareem? You
Yes.
know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seems like she got more questions to answer. Seems like she just getting
Let's
started and warmed
see.
up.
Okay, so that's what we might do. We gonna close out, y'all, and I'm so happy that y'all even came and showed up. Whoever came, I'm finna reshare this. I am gonna go back and watch his live. I think y'all should. It was hosted on Graphic Empire. Graphic Empire. I have his channel and stuff like that, and y'all can hear his story because I want to go listen back too and see what he said and come back and analyze what she said too. But I definitely want the receipts and stuff. However, if you want the receipts, let me know. I'm gonna tell her to inbox you the stuff. Cause I wanted the proof. If he got proof, tell him he needs to step forward now, forever hold his peace. If he want a divorce and stuff, he need to come tell him. How about we get, if they want to both, can we get them both together to figure out why is she saying she don't want a divorce? He saying he do. You got raped and don't want a divorce. He talking about ain't nothing happened to him, but he want a divorce. I'm so confused.
Right.
Like, and I'm glad you brought up the question about the living together because that's very important as far as who was taking care of who. Like even the spitting in the oatmeal thing, that is really nasty. I will hope she didn't do that if she said it was the first wife. So y'all, I'm just gonna close out, and I just want to thank y'all for even tuning in. This was definitely a great sponsorship for Lions Den. I'm so grateful to you for even doing this story. And we gonna see y'all. We gonna analyze the data, me and Kareem, and we gonna let y'all know. Apava, we gonna send it to you if you want to see it. So I just want to say everybody have a good night. And we closing out. You can close us out. I'm out of here. Peace and love always. Let's go, y'all. Let's get out. Let's go. Oh my God. I can't.
I want you and that young man to tie that knot. I'm gonna pray for you. And I want you to hold on to God's unchanging hand, because he helped Joshua fight the battle of Jericho. Yes.
It's the old
He helped Daniel get out the lion's den. He helped get off the island.
Let me get straight to the business. Yeah. Got them lions in the building. Yeah. Why you lying to the children? Yeah. Why you lying to the children? Yeah. RIGHTEOUS. Man, you know I've been to bed. Man, they know they no contest. Yahuwah, he do the best. We will not see you tomorrow. Cause you cannot go to thought. All the sons and all the daughters. Standing all with big manotas. But my son, he made me Taurus. On that line, I'm still a Taurus. Karate kicking Chuck Norris, 4-5 on my waist. If he started, will not hesitate to get retarded. Oh lordy, he ain't got a PowerPoint, he farted. He running to the hills like a Philistine. G-Hawk hitting Hamites with the guillotine. Situation turned up with the Ratchet team. JJ 7000 to the bait me. I know them haters gon' hate me, but he won't debate me. Pistol off safety. He respond, come wake me. If I don't get up, nigga shake me. If he don't show up, then he fake G. I touch down and make these nigga nuts hate me. Dear brother. Ballin' and crawling all the way from H-Time. Let me get straight to the business. Man, them lions in the building. Why you lying to them children? Why you lying to them children? You gon' cry, you gon' get it. Me, I'm like a frog, nigga, ribbit. Of course, it's in the spirit. I just got the Porsche, she can steer it. Mito got the raw, Shaq and Willie. Lamborghini doors, you better not spill it. Mama's high, say I'm more than just a villain. Mama's cry, arms open wide for her children. Suicide, immortalized as a realist, yeah. Death by cut, black suicide. Let me get straight to the business. Got them lions in the building. Why you lying to them children?